We see Puzzle, our purple Protoss, spawning on the left side of the map. Morrow is spawning on the right side of dual side. It's 1-1 between these two guys, in case you just tuned in. First game pretty one-sided. Puzzle took it decisively after canninging Morrow his third base. However, Morrow played fantastic on Ohana, the second map, and I'm pretty excited about game 3.
And Puzzle picks dual side.
Yes.
What?
It's a good map for a certain two-base all-ins, but in general, it's a pretty questionable choice.
That is so weird. And the only reason I can see him doing this is because he's got something prepared.
Yes.
So what is the thing that he has prepared? I would think that maybe the Roti build would be really good here.
Maybe. It depends a lot. Actually, I kind of lost faith, man, in my build.
In the Roti build?
Yes.
You just had a bad ladder day, bro.
Yeah, and I'm playing with lag, but still. I don't know. I feel that the Roach style, which has become so popular right now, it's really funny because Roach only is something that was popular a long time ago, but then people stopped doing it. And now I feel that Zerg's got even better with their economies, so they kind of go back at it. And you can just have 200 supply of Roaches when Protoss is 115 supply. It's almost insane. So I don't know. I'm a bit lost right now, man.
I can certainly understand.
I'm confused.
I can certainly understand.
Maybe our producer could look up like 50 other words for confused.
Oh God, I'm afraid to see what comes back. So Puzzle is going to be fast expanding on dual site, and I think this is a really risky move. We've seen a million different ways to punish this on this map. Morrow's gasless right now, though, so I don't know that it's going to be really in the cards.
A little funny side story, guys. We casted the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in New York last year, where we had Fruit Dealer and Dongrego, and every single Protoss who went for Forge Expand on dual side got Baneling rushed. Literally every single Protoss, and no Protoss stopped it. And still we had to cast pretty much the exact same identical game 5 or 6 times that tournament. And it's like the start of the game is like, well,
I know how this is gonna go.
Yes. Well, Ben, I don't necessarily agree with this quick expand. And like, oh, why don't you agree with it? Well, I think
because Fruit Dealer's killed it 15 times already.
And he's gonna do it again, and he actually did it again. That was a
that was a great run for Fruit Dealer. I think that's the last StarCraft tournament he ever played in, and
so
he finished second place, damn near winning. He was 1 game away from beating Dongregu in the finals.
2-0 up against Dongregu. That's so crazy.
And DRG was able to bring it back.
Do you think if he would have won that tournament, he would have had more motivation to continue?
No. No. I want to make a joke about Fruit Dealer, but I can't make a joke at the expense of the first Zerg to ever win a GSL. He was awesome.
The first person to ever win a GSL.
The first person to ever win a GSL. You're exactly right. That was such a cool tournament. I will never forget that. It was like I had so much fun watching that tournament.
That's cool, man. I'm very happy for you. You were not a bitter person back then?
No. I was Mr. Happy.
You're pretty dark these days.
I'm not dark.
Yeah, you're pretty dark.
No, I'm just busy.
And dark.
No.
You're in the dark place. We see 23 drones right now for Morrow, 21 probes for Puzzle. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on what he really wants to do with what he wants to do on dual side, basically. Where is he going with this? We saw void like Stargate openings can be pretty effective because your void rays don't have to fly that long, so they arrive a little bit earlier, and that's often a good moment because then you can actually perhaps catch the Zerg off guard, even though they got so good against void rays. He gets a scout off. He knows that this base is there, which is of course always nice to see confirmed, but it's not a huge surprise.
I'm still really eager to see what Puzzle has planned. It's honestly starting to look like he might just try some 4-gate pressure, kind of like playing on Daybreak.
Yep, he's once again sending out 2 Zealots. It's the exact same thing as he did before. Those 2 Zealots won't be able to force a cancel. Stargate, so we were wrong. Or actually, you were wrong. I mentioned this. But I didn't think he was going to do it, despite mentioning it.
I don't think this is a good Stargate map.
Define.
The third is close enough to easily connect with creep, but we'll see. I mean, the Stargate's coming pretty fast. Zealots working on that hatchery also are going to do quite a bit of damage. +1 has just started, right? Yeah, okay. So Lings should be able to clean this up if they get there. Morrow's not building any units, Kev.
He's not too worried about. He has quite a few Lings. +1 is not ready yet. If these Zealots are positioned perfectly, he might actually be able to kill these Lings, but the first Zealot gets surrounded straight away. I love how Morrow is just ignoring this Zealot. That was perfect by Morrow. It's a small thing, of course. No reason to overhype it, but well played.
Yeah, I agree. And the last Zealot will also get surrounded and cleaned up, so...
Them slow Lings.
Man, so Puzzle's follow-up is going to be 3 more gateways and a Void Ray, so... Void Ray 4-gate.
That's something that we've seen a lot in the past, but it kind of grew out of fashion because...
it was like an old build.
Yeah, old. Home Story Cup 4 times.
Yep. MC used to do it a lot.
Yep. That's why I mentioned Home Story Cup 4. Because you know who won the Home Story Cup 4, man.
I do.
Was it MC?
Held it down and then shuffled his way to the bank.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful positioning right now by, or actually beautiful scouting by Morrow, picking up that first pylon. That's so crucial.
And the second one.
I cannot emphasize enough on how important this is. When you play against strategies like this, if you intercept the probe, if you take out these pylons, you put yourself in such a good position. And now, I actually think that Puzzle is in trouble already, Ben, and I'm having faith in my prediction that I made before this series.
Yeah, I'm starting to question how he's going to win this game, honestly, because Morrow seems on top of everything. He seems well aware of what's coming.
Robo? What? Where is Puzzle taking this?
I don't know. That was weird. My first inclination is to say Elfie build. Remember Elfie's Shakur's build where he would
Ben, watching this build order, I'm absolutely baffled, befuddled, confounded,
discombobulated,
flustered, disoriented, mystified, and perplexed.
You're feeling all those emotions at once?
Yes.
Whoa, here we go. Big, what is this? Oh, pylon on the low ground allows the high ground warp in? Is that what just happened? And now there's Void Rays in Morrow's main. And while we were joking about all the different ways you can stay confused, Puzzle was busy winning this game.
I mean, he's going to deal a lot of damage right now, and he might actually be able to take out this layer. And that is pretty big, and he's warping in more sentries. He's going to have to drop the force field real soon. Wow, that's just beautiful.
He's going to kill every single drone. Hatch is going to go down. The tech is going to die.
Oh, no, those drones are going to fall as well.
Oh, my God. How did this happen? Morrow, how did you let this happen? He was so map aware. He killed every pylon except the one that was most important.
I must say, it's really hard to spot a purple pylon next to a Zerg base.
That's a good observation. Evo Chamber is going to fall. Broodling's going to try to kill a sentry, but I don't know if that's even going to happen. No, it is not. And Morrow is in huge. Whoa, 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 Puzzle! What are you doing, Puzzle? The roaches just walk right up the ramp, kill every single sentry. There's 3 queens here, so they're going to be able to kill at least one Void Ray.
I actually think Morrow's gonna... I mean, he lost so much right now, but I still think he has a way to come back in this game. It's beautiful micro by Puzzle, by the way, keeping this Void Ray alive. Morrow is going to find this pylon right now, and he will be able to take this pylon out. Morrow is still up 22 supply, but he is down in workers, and that's, of course, a really, really big issue.
But Puzzle's, he's got no inkling or no inclination to take a third base. I mean, it's going to be really hard for him to take a third base. He's lost... What's his army supply right now?
And he has a pretty bad tech.
Yeah, he's got 24 army supply, and he's like a mortal sentry against mostly Zergling. Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
Nidus network going up from Morrow. I don't think Morrow has to do this. I think he wants to go Hydralisk Nidus, because he has a Hydralisk then, right? Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what I think about this.
Well, Hydra, I mean, as long as there are no Colossus, Hydras are pretty much perfect against every single unit that Puzzle has right now. Puzzle has Sentries, Hydras are pretty good against it. Puzzle has Immortals, Hydras are great against Immortals. Stalkers without Blink, definitely not good against Hydras. Void Rays, horrible against Hydra.
Yeah, Hydras are going to be, they're a good answer. And critically, after losing so many units, like the army of Puzzle is really small right now.
But these units were kind of trapped though. They were not going anywhere. Even if he would have played, but maybe if he would have cut off half the army of Morrow, then he actually would have been able to. This is always the most paranoid phase in the game, by the way. You're like,
Slow Roach is going to go kill the third base that does not exist. But, man, Nidus with Hydra is actually so good. It takes away a lot of the mobility issues that exist. So I kind of like.
Oh, Puzzle's going to counter?
This is just a weird game. Nope, he's going to come back now.
It's getting really, really weird.
Weird decisions on both sides. I'm feeling I'm feeling discombobulated right now.
I'm so disoriented. No, I don't think this is a fight that Morrow should take. Beautiful force fields by Puzzle.
So Morrow was starting to make some good moves, but Puzzle all of a sudden says, "Hey, I can bring it right back." Morrow's back up to 3 bases, but what's his drone count? He still hasn't really gotten
48,
any drones.
58 right now.
Up to 58 drones. That's better. But after losing that many units, Puzzle can threaten to push, and it'll be a lot harder for Morrow to defend it.
Just a single Roach left. 8 Hydras are on the way. We have 5 Hydras now. Hydras on the field. 17 Zerglings as well. I don't know. Why is he not making a robotics bay? There he goes. He's making his first robo bay right now. Hopefully his last one as well, unless he loses it.
And Well, looks like Puzzle's going to finally decide to try and take a third base.
Morrow is getting a Spire right now. That's pretty interesting.
He's not got much gas.
Ooh, I heard Voidor is dying. Why did that happen?
I have no idea. I didn't see it either. Oh, maybe over here in the third base, as Voidors are trying to do some harass. Zealots trying to kill that that hatchery. They're going to get repelled.
That Voidor did fall as well, so this was a really nice hold for Morrow. This is absolutely impossible to observe, by the way. My screen is very dark, and our Protoss player is being purple, and the creep is purple too. This is just a nightmare.
Morrow on the move once again. 110 supply for the Zerg player against the 120 supply of Puzzle. Puzzle is working on securing that third base. He's taken out all the creep there. He's shut down the Nidus. He's also got Colossi popping out.
Yeah, that's his one Colossus is just going to be an absolute dream for Puzzle right now. That's all he really needs to feel super safe. But he's already quite safe. Morrow gets the scout off. He probably knows about the robotic ray. More Nidus is going up.
Yeah, I don't know where that one popped up. Maybe
over here on the left side.
Okay.
Morrow just wants to have them already.
Reinforcing / retreat Nidus.
The Spire is up though, and Morrow has quite some money, so I think we're going to see a Muda switch, Ben, and maybe that's why he gets all those Niduses up already, because he wants to be as mobile as possible.
Muda Nidus, man, it's my favorite, although I wouldn't say do it on this map.
No, dual side probably not the best map for a base race. He's still upgrading Zerglings. No, he's actually making 13 Roaches. Now I'm really confused.
I just feel like Morrow's confused right now. This has been a strange game from beginning to end. The Void Ray getting up into the main base with the sentries, Morrow then somehow cleaning it up without taking necessarily lethal damage. Morrow's up to 74 drones though, so his economy is starting to get where he wants it, but his army composition.
He just wants to get Roach Corruptor right now, but I don't think he has to worry that much about these 1 or 2. Maybe he just wants to take out the Colossus, and then he feels with the amount of Hydras that he has, 13, that should be enough to deal with the Immortals. But I don't know. Morrow has a lot of faith in this very, very standard Protoss army. In his very standard Zerg army. No Infestors, no massive upgrades on the Roaches, no Tunneling Claws, no Burrow, no O1 upgrades.
This is like old school ZVP. I mean, I feel like I've seen this scenario play out 100,000 times, and I kind of suspect I know how it's going to end. Morrow's going to need a real dream engagement. This army of Puzzle is getting... I mean, it's almost the ideal army for fighting what Morrow has. The Corruptor count's pretty low. Morrow's going to go ahead and max out with just like 6-7 Corruptors.
If Puzzle fights before 175, 185 supply, I can actually see this going Morrow's way. I'm keeping a really close eye on the minimap right now because I'm so sick of missing things, which almost never happens. But it's just purple and purple, man.
A couple of Queens getting cleaned up here as Puzzle begins to work on that creep. I heard another Nidus finishing somewhere.
I think just on the left side again.
Yeah. So just
oh, Corruptor's flying in. Colossus taking a lot of damage.
Wow, that's a nice blink, and these Corruptors are going to die pretty fast. One Colossus will fall. The second one's in an awful position. He's going to get focused down by the Roaches. So that's not a bad fight for Morrow, but now Puzzle's got force fields down and a great Link Stalker Immortal Force with a single Colossus supporting. And that will turn Morrow around. He's just going to retreat right into that Nidus form. This is really cool use of Nidus.
Yeah, that is pretty smart. Hopefully he does have an end of the Nidus, otherwise a lot of units would be trapped right now. He's going to try to go for a little bit of multi-prong aggression. Nidus going up on the right side of the map as well. This is funny, on a big map like Metropolis, this would be so absolutely awesome. Of course, dual side is so much smaller.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to pull this off, and we have a couple of Blink Stalkers over here for Puzzle as well. However, reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, Nidus reinforcing. This is a cool move by Morrow. He's gonna race with the Nidus. So he's gonna lose this third base, absolutely, but he can just come right through the Nidus with everything. He can even bring drones through, Kev, and expand on the other half of the map, and that's gonna actually be tough for Puzzle to deal with. So this is a really interesting development in this game.
This is getting really interesting. And key thing right now, Ben, there's only a single Colossus at that army. Oh, Morrow, I would have loved to see him be a bit more careful right now. He's losing so many units that I felt he shouldn't have lost.
Is doing a ton of damage. The main base of Morrow really getting shelled heavily. Now some mutas are being made. Ling's going to be unloading in the main base as well, so Morrow really pulling out all the stops here. This is going to be a crazy race. Force field going down. That Colossus worth his weight in gold. How many kills does he have right now? We'll never know. He fell before we could click on him. Probes all falling. The natural expansion of Morrow is dead. It's just the main base of Morrow against the main base of Puzzle right now. Supply-wise, very close, 80 to 100. Army supply is almost identical. This game could still go either way.
Yeah, this is mad right now. I mean, Puzzle is really all in with this little attack. He does have a ton of Blink Stalkers though, and Blink Stalkers on a small map like dual side should be pretty much everything you want to have as well. In a base race scenario, he's going to spot the first mutas as well. He leaves quite a few units behind.
That was a mistake, thinking he can leave some Stalkers behind and clean up. They in fact die, and that's just a donation to the army of Morrow.
This is crazy.
Speaking of donations, Puzzle catches some units out of position as well, so both players scrambling right now. Puzzle doesn't really have any probes, and Morrow is still mining, so it's no probes at all. One Nexus for Puzzle with no money. He can't build a probe.
Oh.
So Puzzle has to win with this army.
Wow, that's so big right now. That is really big. Only 15 minerals. If he only wouldn't have made those 3 cannons, if he would have cancelled one cannon.
Oh my god, Puzzle has to win with this army, and it's possible, but he is going to have to do everything perfectly. And again, Morrow is still mining. Morrow has income. So he's not dead. He's not all in.
Man, this series is absolutely ridiculous. Cannons doing a little bit of damage to these mutas. A lot of Zerglings right now should actually... Oh, yes.
Stalkers are there.
Oh, Morrow, if Morrow only knew that Puzzle didn't have money, he would never take this fight.
Oh, and he loses some units pretty carelessly. Yeah. Well, maybe not carelessly. He's doing what he thinks is right. 55 supply to 56. Incredibly tense moments right now. Morrow has hatcheries all across the map, but he's only got about 20 drones. His income is minimal. And this is still a winnable game for Puzzle. The problem is Puzzle just can't mine, which means that he has to leave units of his already small army behind to save that base. I don't know, man. I think Morrow might have this one in the bag.
Is the Spire still alive?
Base race
Oh,
Nidus.
man. Spire is alive, but he's actually dropping health pretty quick.
Alive but dying.
Yes.
Oh, more Stalkers getting caught out a little bit here, and mutas will be able to hunt them down unless the main force rejoins, and that's exactly what happens.
Such a sick game right now. Picks up one Mutalist, picks up the Nidus too.
But the clock is ticking. Puzzle does not have time to do this. And with a Nidus, Morrow can keep dropping. A Nidus worm exit counts as a building, so Morrow can just put those all around the map. I don't think Puzzle can ever win this race unless Morrow makes a huge army control mistake.
That's it. Now a couple of links are going to enter the main base of Puzzle. Puzzle knows that he just can't dance around too much longer, so he's going to try to finally put an end to the economy of Morrow. Morrow catches once more a couple of units of
force fields. That Immortal cannot be hit right now. Those are incredible force fields. Keeping that Immortal alive and allowing Puzzle to continue to push. Is that 2 Immortals?
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry.
Okay. So Puzzle now pushing deep into Morrow's territory. 67 supply against 50. Still impossible to call which way this game is going to go. Guys, I want to hear what you think about it in chat. Leave us your thoughts and your comments so that so we can collect some feedback. Nexus is going to fall, so it looks like this race might be reaching its conclusion. Only a few buildings left for Morrow. That one poor Stalker.
Oh man, the Spire
is bleeding to death. Hydralisk Den also losing a lot of health.
It's like the best thing that could have happened. Morrow does pick up that Nexus right now. He's going to lose a few Zerglings in the
supplies.
process.
It's 49 supply to 34 supply. It's still anybody's game. Morrow has money. He can continue hiding stuff around the map, but
this is so sick.
My God, it's like Puzzle is down to just pylons, but he's got so limited like units to do anything. This Colossus is going to headbutt these mutas. The mutas fly away because they're afraid of a Colossus headbutt. I would be too. That would hurt like hell.
So would I. Morrow knows about these few units right now. How many Zerglings? Morrow has 34 links. Morrow should just clean up this army right now. Don't you agree with me, Ben?
I don't know if they would win with positioning and upgrades.
Morrow ends up losing one muta, almost second loser.
Now the links do engage, blinking around, so all those Stalkers fall. You're right, that was the right choice. 31 supply, 31 pure army supply against 38, which is actually 24 armor supply, 15 drones. It's getting worse and worse for Puzzle. I still think Morrow has it.
Puzzle finally scouted this base on the right bottom side of this map as well. Look at these two mutas,
Is that the last pylon? Is it the last pylon? Up!
No.
No, there's 2 more, 3 more,
It's
4
so
more.
confusing with purple, right? We should never allow anyone to play with purple again.
So what is the income for Morrow? He's got 500 minerals per minute, so every minute that passes, he's able to make spine. Okay, that would be awesome. Spine crawlers. Not going to necessarily seal the deal because Puzzle still has a Colossus.
I would rather see Zerglings, man. I feel the more Zerglings he gets, eventually it's too much.
You're probably, yeah. I
This
guess
is so
you're
crazy, by the
right.
way. How can Puzzle possibly?
Morrow's in both corners of the map, so Puzzle's got to go to one corner and then the other.
Oh, the
Now
Colossus!
I gotta catch the Colossus. It's like a micro challenge.
Yes.
Where's the high ground? There isn't any. The Colossus is gonna fall, and that has got to be
so crazy.
curtains for Puzzle, because now he has no answer to
Wow.
spines. Now Morrow just has to build spine crawlers. Fascinating, intriguing, and enthralling play by Morrow. GG comes out, and that is all she wrote for Puzzle.
Wow.
What an incredible series. I can't even wrap my head around it. That was...
That's crazy.
Woo!
That was so absolutely crazy, but Morrow does pull through at the end. Wins that first series, so Morrow once more, good start in the NASL. Of course, Morrow was at the Season 2, and I even believe the Season 1 finals as well. So keeps being a strong contender in the NASL.